Hello again YouTube, this is Vacuum Mad 8 channel, and today we're just going to do the after restoration of this fairly rare Hoover Junior. Before we get on with the video properly, it's amazing in 2020 how life has changed to near enough everybody, where people have to start wearing face masks and stuff in shops, can't socialise with family or friends anymore properly, and we had a bit of an issue last week, didn't we, mate? So last Saturday we were supposed to have done this video. Kyle wanted to go see the siren, so we drove up. I think we drove up 250 miles to see a siren going off on the Saturday. On the Sunday I wasn't feeling very well at all, so we weren't really into shooting a video. And then he went to school on Tuesday, and I think he was in school about an hour. And then I had a phone call saying, well, can you pick him up from school? He's been, and you're going to have to stay home for 14 days, and that includes all the adults and all other members of the family. So after being, having to stay in and not go out of the house at all anywhere for the last week, the good news is that today actually is our first day of freedom again, which was Saturday. So luckily everything worked out all right, and it was only a sort of I don't think it's a false alarm, but all the tests that were done come back negative, which means I can go back to work and earn money, and he can go back to school and get socialising with other children again. So yeah, so very interesting year so far for 2020. Like you say, it is the cold and flu season coming up, and I think there's going to be a lot of trouble and a lot of things going on. So so today we're just doing this after restoration and repair and whatever you else like to say up on this Hoover Junior 2190. Now this one is quite a unique Hoover Junior, because it is very similar to the Hoover Compact. The Hoover Compact is a very confusing subject again, because it's like the convertible in the UK and the US. Now there is actually a Hoover Compact upright, which has a box on it, and it has the high power bottom part of the Hoover. And then you also have a compact, because he's actually owned one. You've actually had a Hoover Compact, didn't you? Which was basically like an 80s style sort of like cylinder vacuum, sort of a square box one, sort of a Centronic sort of shape in it really, but more bottom of the range. So this vacuum we got locally back, I think it was quite about 2017 maybe. We've had it quite a while in Cole's collection. I've restored it and polished it up. I've also fixed the thing. I've also repaired it. I've also had to go over things to make sure it's a bit better cosmetically. So this one is not a high-powered compact. This is a Hoover Junior, and it is one of the most unique shaped Hoover Juniors that you can get, because it has the base of a mid-70s either U1012, and then it has the top of the Hoover Compact. It does come in this nice autumn colour scheme, which is the orange. Orange vacuums in general do always look very nice when they're polished. It is very unique because it is only one of the Hoover vacuums, and you can't really see it much here. It actually has an orange roundo opposed to the red. Normally this roundo is red with the silver, and this one is orange. Now there is another machine which is an exclusive model, which was a Co-op exclusive, and that was the senior, wasn't it? And that was out near enough the same sort of time. So this possibly could be a shop exclusive, aka Co-op or something like that, possibly. They also did a rarer version of this one, which was the challenge model, wasn't it? which had a dark blue front and dark blue base. To be honest with you, I actually almost had a challenge version twice, didn't we? So I firstly, basically somebody was selling a challenge. I offered him something at the time. Financially, I just bought myself a boiler, so I was pretty skint. So I offered him some money and he didn't accept it. It was fair enough. You know, he want, you know, obviously if you want to get rid of it, you want to get as much money as you can. So then eventually it got put on eBay, and I think I bid for it 3 times, and on all 3 of them I was second. I was the second highest bidder. Every time the highest bidder never paid out. And I mean, it was only like a 5 or 6, you know, it was only about £10 more than what my highest bid was. But he got what he wanted for it. But, you know, it would have been nice to have a challenge matching pair. But that's life, mate, you know, and that's going to be the one that people always want to have. So this one was also paired up with, I don't know if you ever seen it on the first video, we also had a U10 36, not the 70s brown one. And so they were probably bought either side by side, possibly from the same shop or something like that. But what makes this one so difficult to repair is getting parts for it, because if you've got the motor section, is all good, but once you get into this handle section here and all this business here, you're looking at pretty hard to get hold of parts. Now this one's had a couple of repairs over the years. So if we open this one up now, so normally there's a screw there that holds the handle in, very much similar to like the Starlight and Junior Deluxe. Now this one has had a repair there. So these handles normally do get a little bit wibbly wobbly. So it's been repaired there, which is, it's hidden. It's also had another repair, not by me. There, they've stuck a Hoover Junior one on to there, which works, does the job. These clips here are very similar to Turbo Powers. Also, this section here was missing, so I think this is a Constellation one. It's also been wet sanded back, like I do. Wet sanded because it was a bit off colour. It should be like an almondy, whitey colour in general, and it was quite brown on the top, while the base was fairly good. So I've just gone over the whole machine and polished it. I think I even sanded this section here back. I can't remember now, but it has come up really nice. This is one of Carl's lucky vacuums, because it generally gets kept in his bedroom. So so this is one of his, what I could say, premium vacuums. It's one of the lucky ones that generally store them. These here do take a lot of room up. I like a Hoover Junior when you can just take them apart, stick them in the box. These Turbo Powers and Compacts and Starlights do take lots of room up. So if you're going to get a few of these, you want to make sure you've got plenty of room before you even think about buying them, really. You just make space for stuff. I mean, so it's got an original bag in it, or the original style bag. I think this one might even have the collar on it is fine on this one. It's got a foam collar on it that's still in place. I think as well, when it comes to repair work, the hardest part of getting hold of this, and I think if you remember seeing the original video, was the elbow joint. Quite an important joint indeed, really, for this one. So to get hold of that part, I'm going to show you how it should be attached to the machine. Yeah, so normally this machine as well is attached like a U10 or like the 1334. Now to get hold of the bellows for this particular model, well, I mean, he's been trying for 3 years to get hold of one, you know, the actual proper bellows to go on it, and we've still not found one. So we repaired this with a pattern part. Most people that like to restore or collect vacuums like to get genuine parts. This part, as I know, is still not available. Been trying and trying and trying. In fact, the other day, I got this part here, which is a complete unit. So I'm trying to explain to you.
I think I need another one.
Yeah. So basically, this will not clip on here because the way where these bits are here, and this one has got a smaller sort of shape here. So there's no way of you really using. I've tried it over the top of it. It just doesn't really want to work. So the only way really of doing it is just to get rid of this part here and just sticking one of these over the top. So that's exactly what we've done. I had it apart a couple of weeks ago, see if we could fettle it, if this was any better. So what happens with this one here, you can't really see it, but you've got the 1334 one is about that big. And it's got these extra bits on there because this is a longer one. So it's quite a unique part for this particular vacuum. So we've had to change some of the cosmetics to make it usable now, which, you know, you can't get the part and that's it, you know. So these are actually also joined together. On this one you can see it. There is a joining piece, which is like a little piece of plastic which joins that bit there to that bit there. So it does work. There is an issue as well where, I can't remember if you ever seen the U1016 video where it had a rattle on it, and that can be easily cured. I know how to cure that, but basically what happens is the brush bar does rattle a little bit.
It's coming off again.
Yeah, I know, it's fine. Just do the video with this, but what happens is these little bits here need to be sprung back into shape because obviously over time they get rattles. Plus as well, you can actually replace, it may need a new brush roll because it could be not true, but it's not bad, this one. And you can actually put like a spring in around the side that you can off, which is on the original 1334. Yeah. So what we're going to do now, we're just going to give this one a quick demo. I've put an MK plug on it just to match the rest of his vacuums.
My dad was just fun out there.
Was it? Yeah, we haven't. Yeah, we actually haven't put the clip in there because I actually cut all this clip out. So this vacuum, I was suppose to date was Carl's most expensive one that he's ever paid for, and to actually get one which was on the doorstep is quite amazing because generally, with the part of the country we live, if you live in the north, it's dead easy to get vintage machines, reasonably priced. As soon as they come down, anything though down this end of the country, you practically have to pay over the odds for anything down here.
Pay about £100 for it.
Yeah, this one was over 3 figures. But at the end of the day, he's had it 3 years. He's happy with it. He does use this one's been used quite a bit actually. So we'll just switch this one on. So as you can see now, after this repair, this is about as best you can get it. Plus as well, you'd think it would go on that way, but it's better to go that way round on those particular ones because of the elbow, because when they go back like that, you got more, it's got a lot more movement on it because it's basic an elbow. So what we'll do now, we'll quickly just give this one a quick push around just to see how well it goes. So for an 80s machine, it's not too bad really overall. The duck hole just put the purifier on. So this one there It's dated. Like the technology of it was, so the bottom of it is 70s technology. It should have really, the standard model, the compact, has a more of the time period correct motor and base unit. So this one, basically, I've experienced over the years, any exclusive Hoover of any type, they generally get rid of old stock, don't they? And they just sort of like make it a different colour or whatever. But it's another typical exclusive model.
There's a scratch on it.
Oh, there. Yeah, so this one was dated, I think, (1981). Look, so it's June 1981. Has a 250 watt motor in it. The 2190. It also did come with the instruction book as well. So yes, you can hear that the brush roll sort of like running fine. The bearings are fine on it. This one doesn't get used a lot. I think this one, the last time it was switched on was a few weeks ago. We've done a full house clean with this one the other day before I started tinkering around with it. So basically I've had to just put this back on. That's how I had it before, and it seems to work fine. But you know, at the end of the day, sometimes you've got to change things to actually make them serviceable and to use them again. And being such a unique cleaner, like you say, this elbow part must have been only just for that cleaner only, because these, if you fit onto the compacts, these fit nice and snug onto these. Well, this one, you've got that little bit. You can see it's not really meant for it, but it does say it is actually meant for it. So, you know, pleased with this one. It's one of Carl's premium vacuums in his collection. It is a fine example. It's not the most best example around, but it is, you know, because it's a fairly rare machine, it is quite hard to actually find a half decent usable version. And like you say, most of them that go for sale, I've got issues with this bellow. The bellow was a bad design. When you look at it, you can buy a 1334 bellow easy. You can buy bellows for 1346 Hoover Juniors. The Hoover Seniors, very easy indeed. Hoover Turbo Powers, you can get the bellows for them easy. But when it comes to the compact, Hoover Compacts, the bellows, there is only like a couple of shops that actually sell them, or they're discontinued. So these are just new old stock. And one day these will be gone for good. This one was supposed to be new, but a bit of deep cleaning, it's actually come up really nice. So we've got this spare, just in case ever we need to use it. Didn't pay a lot of money for this one, but you got the top and the bottom, which is mainly the bottom is the one that goes. It is the same part on it. They also have got a little split in there for some reason. I think the split is to, when it gets tightened up here, look, you've got the split that sort of helps it to go into there. So yeah, so really pleased with this one. And it is nice to have one in this collection. And bye for now. Please subscribe to Vacuum Man 8. And what do you say now, Kyle?
Bye for now.
Bye for now. Yeah, he's still a little bit under the weather, he is, but he's alright. Bye.